of an individual in the Atlanta cyclorama, the large diorama of the Battle of Atlanta. Most of you also remember that in years past, and of course we resurrected on a per meeting basis, a little thing called a moment of sharing. So I'm here with resurrecting it for this purpose. And really it's going to take just a few short minutes and go over this special discoveries made. And so with that,
it takes 5 fast minutes, so listen fast. This is not a recent discovery. It is for me, probably not some of you others. Now the subject tonight is Dr. C.K. Henderson, former pastor, First Baptist Church, Cedartown. And Charlotte's passing around the picture at the cyclorama. Okay, why is the likeness of a former pastor of the First Baptist Church in Cedartown included in the battle scene in the cyclorama in Grant Park? This all starts when the 16-year-old Charles Kennan Henderson joined the 3rd Georgia Regiment. His unit fought in about 7 engagements, but not in the Battle of Atlanta. On April 16, 1865, this was 7 days after Lee had surrendered, young Henderson was engaged in the battle all day on the Alabama side of the river, just across from Columbus, Georgia. Henderson, after being released from capture, returned to his home in Waverly Hall, Georgia. He entered Mercer University, graduating in the first class after the war. At some point in time, he received a master's degree from Mercer. Later, he graduated from Colgate Collegiate College, college in Rochester, New York. He attended Baptist Theological Seminary in Louisville, Kentucky. By the end of his life, he could read and speak Latin, Greek, Hebrew, German, French, and Spanish. Henderson first came to Cedartown in 1875 and the last time in 1910. He served the First Baptist Church a total of 21 years on 3 different occasions. His last job was president of Bowdoin College in 1918, which he served for 2 years. Now, the cyclorama and how he got there. While this project was under construction, Henderson made every effort to attend the construction site often as possible. During these visits, he became good friends with the artists and local sculptors. He explained to him that he had been in many battles, but somehow he missed the Battle of Atlanta. They were carried away with the way he talked about the war. So they decided to put Henderson in the Battle of Atlanta. So 72 years after the fact, Dr. C.K. Henderson, now an old man, has finally made the battle he missed as a young soldier. The Charlotte has got a picture I took at the cyclorama, and I've got Henderson marked with an X on it. If you visit the cyclorama, you'll notice several things of bales of cotton around. You'll see some guys laying across with a rifle, and this to their left, the gentleman standing with a hat on and a long rifle holding across his shoulder. That's our C.K. Henderson. Now, in 1890, Henderson wrote a series of articles called Polk County and Persons and Things. These were published over a period of time in a local paper, and a bound copy is in our library, and I've got the foreword right here, which is very, very interesting reading. A lot of this is posted on the internet, and I'd like to take 1 minute and read verbatim a sample of his writing. Especially I enjoyed the last 2 or 3 sentences here. Quote, "Now let us recite a little incident that fell upon the fall days of 1865 in the eastern portion of Polk on the farm of Major Bob Jones. A man named Nations claimed to have come to possession of Major Jones' farm by command of military general." Now remember, this is the Reconstruction period. Major Jones, with Newton Cochran, L.Q.C. Thompson as witnesses, went to Nations to demand a surrender of the property. But Nations said that he had the deed to the property and he would not give it up. Major Jones again made his demand for the property when Nations shot at him with an army rifle. The bullet struck the major centrally in the belt buckle of his pistol belt, doubled the buckle, but did not penetrate it. Major Jones fell down for dead. He said afterwards he felt like the bullet had gone through his back and sure that he was killed. It seems that there were 3 Nations present this fatal fall day. After a moment, Jones arose to his knees with his pistol, shot one of the Nations down, dead. One Nation got behind a tree. The major shot at him and barked the tree. Then he jerked the gun from the hands of one and shot another behind a tree. Then both men behind the trees ran. Major Jones recovered from his bruises and shot. One nation was dead and the others left the country. Major Jones was tried before Judge Hammond in the old Woodlawn Seminary and was acquitted. The courthouse was then in ashes. Again, civil right has regained her sway. All the titles in Polk are safe, and she is striding on to her magnificent destiny. Her daughters are virtuous, and her sons are brave. God is in heaven. All is right with Polk. C.K. Henderson. He's a great writer. Some pictures are up here. Grace Street is named for his wife, the second wife. Thank you.
Thank you, Billy.